everyone, hello, and today we are welcoming in spring if you're in the southern hemisphere of the world, like I am. Spring is a season that's always in my bedroom. I mean, flower crown that I got from Vanuatu. The flowers trying to cover up the blue tack on my walls holding up my lanterns. My calendar, that's currently with Amsterdam. Is the best thing around. My lovely bunch of cherry blossom flowers that I am still yet to get a bloody vase for. It was boom, my other vase of flowers, which is, part of a really long collection of pops. I have a habit. I need help. However, if you're in the northern hemisphere of the world, it's autumn now, which means Halloween is almost here. So exciting, I don't actually think that we celebrate it here in the northern part of Queensland that I live in, much to my displeasure. But that's okay, I can always celebrate it through the internet, as I'll probably have to do. Now, it's come to my attention that in Australia, especially in the tropics, we don't get winter. It just drifts on past us. We have two seasons. We have the mildly wet summer and the stormy summer. The mildly wet summer is winter, where it decides that it's an okay time to rain once a month. Your summer seasons, on the other hand, especially in the tropics, are where you have to sticker tape your windows and hope to God you have a roof by the end. Because we get cyclones. It's great. Everyone loves them. I learned the hard way that summer really is here, and I'm suffering from 3 different sunburns. But how? Living in Australia, you'd think that I'd be very well aware that I can't sit out in the sun for 2 hours straight, especially with how white I am, because should I'll wind up looking like a lobster that was dumped into a pot of boiling water. And I did. I still somewhat do. So, how did this happen? Well, the whole winter isn't coming thing, it decided that it was going to be a windy, cold morning, which is something that's fairly normal for us because I live up on a hill. It was 8 o'clock when I left home to go to this party that was out in the sun. It was windy. I don't think I knew about it because it had been for the last few days. And the wind generally died down and it got hot again at about 10 o'clock, where it then decided to hit like 27 degrees. But this day it decided that it didn't want to stop being really windy. So I decided that to try and counteract this horrible wind, I was going to sit in the sun. It was really sunny. There was no clouds in the sky. None whatsoever. It was just incredibly windy because I live on the coast. So I sat in the sun for about 2 hours with no sunscreen. I didn't realise it at the time, but when I got home, oh God, did I feel it. It took 3 days to be able to lift my arms above this height without it hurting. I now have full range of movement in my hands again. In Australia, we have 2 weather warning sort of things. We have weather warnings for the UV rays that start off at mild and go to extreme, which is the same for our fire warnings. You see them all the time when you're driving through bushy area. It'll have fire danger. It starts off at mild and then it goes to catastrophic. It doesn't end at extreme. Oh no, not in Australia. Nothing stops at extreme. We get catastrophic. What did Michaela learn from that day? A lesson that she is still currently learning. 18 years into her life. Don't go outside on a sunny day without sunscreen. You can still get sunburnt with clouds. Learned that one the hard way. Fishing. The things you learn when you go fishing. I have many fishing stories from when I was younger, though one of my personal favourites, other than the time that my grandfather threatened to throw me overboard because I was better at fishing than him, and the time I went fishing with my dad and we got into an argument about sunscreen. I think I was like 15 or 16 when this happened. We went out fishing for the day, as we usually do on holidays, and I have like this massive tube of sunscreen everywhere. There's one in the car, there's one on the boat, there's like 3 in the house, and like 4 different bags, each that had like this massive thing of sunscreen. Because I had to like reapply sunscreen every half an hour if I don't want to walk out of a place looking like a Napoleon ice cream. It's ridiculous. We'd been out there and like the sunscreen's 4 hours waterproof, but just to be on the safe side, I do it every 2 hours. I was getting to my 2-hour time limit and I was putting on sunscreen. I realised that I hadn't actually witnessed my dad put sunscreen on. I'm like, Dad, put some sunscreen on. He's like, nah, I'll be fine. I don't burn. I'm like, Dad, put some fucking sunscreen on before you get melanoma. And then he just grizzles at me and I'm like, okay, fine. So he puts on sunscreen. And then we get back to where we're staying, where we're camping, and everything's fine. Until about 6 o'clock at night, he walks out and goes, look at my fucking legs, Michaela. Look at them. They're burnt. I'm like, should have put sunscreen on earlier. And he's like, they were fine until I put the sunscreen on. I'm like, I'm sorry. Some of us burn. Man, we don't want to see our father have to get melanoma cut out of his leg because he was a moron and didn't wear sunscreen. It's one of the many reasons why my dad hates fishing with me. That and I tend to read books. Reading books gets you thrown overboard. Kids don't do it. The grandfathers don't appreciate it. Alright, that's all for today. Please remember, if you like the video, to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, click subscribe. I do more videos whenever the house is more or less empty and I get some time. Yeah, bye.